Ready to overload your brain with awesome facts? Let's dive in. The most common gorilla is the western lowland gorilla subspecies. Its scientific name is gorilla. That's a lot of gorillas in one sentence. The name for the shape of Pringles is called a hyperbolic paraboloid. It's a fact that 0 factorial equals 1. It seems to be counterintuitive. These mathematicians never make it easy for us. For example, 2 factorial signifies the 2 unique ways you can order 2 objects. When you have 0 objects, there's nothing to arrange. But here's the twist. There's one way to arrange nothing, by doing nothing. Since there are no elements to order, this doing nothing scenario is considered the single valid arrangement for an empty set. Or you can also prove it in the hard way. Omphilophobia, a rather uncommon phobia, triggers anxiety or even panic attacks at the sight of belly buttons. Others fear body odor. It's called bromidrophobia. People with this phobia experience intense anxiety and distress around the idea of themselves or others emitting unpleasant smells. Graça Machel is the only woman so far to have been First Lady of 2 separate countries. She was the First Lady of Mozambique from 1975 to 1986 and the First Lady of South Africa from 1998 to 1999. About 5 to 8% of your DNA is viral, not human. Humans carry around 100,000 fragments of DNA from retroviruses that have collected in the DNA throughout evolution. These are called endogenous retroviruses or ERVs. Insects and mushrooms have something in common. Their cells are made up of chitin. This is a fascinating example of convergent evolution. While insects and fungi are not closely related organisms, they have independently evolved to utilize chitin for similar purposes in their cell wall structures. Some marine invertebrates, such as brachiopods, priapulids, and specific annelids, sport a unique purple blood coloration due to an iron-based oxygen-carrying molecule called hemerythrin. Only countries recognized by the United Nations can join FIFA, which is why Kosovo and Taiwan are ineligible. The night vision of tigers is 6 times better than humans. There are 2 main reasons for that. Their retinas have a higher concentration of rod cells than human eyes and possess a special reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum. This layer acts like a mirror, reflecting light back through the light-sensitive cells, enhancing their night vision. When NASA chose to examine the planet Mercury more closely, they named their spacecraft Messenger. It's a reference to the Roman god Mercury, known for his speed and role as a messenger of the gods. An astonishing 80% of all known animal species are estimated to have 6 legs. This vast majority belongs to the insect class, but other lesser-known invertebrate groups also share this characteristic. Octopuses and other cephalopods can edit their RNA. They are masters of molecular trickery. Unlike many animals, they possess a unique talent for editing their RNA, the intermediary between DNA and proteins. This allows them to fine-tune protein production on the fly. For example, research suggests this RNA editing might help them adapt to cold water by adjusting the proteins in their nervous system. Mosquitoes' buzz is not caused by their wings beating against the air. The true source of the sound is a tiny structure called the halteres, located at the base of the mosquito's wings. These halteres are essentially modified weights that vibrate rapidly during flight. So next time a mosquito bothers you with its buzzing, remember it's the tiny halteres putting on the sonic show. The praying mantis is renowned for its incredible head mobility. With a highly flexible neck joint, it can rotate its head nearly 180 degrees independently, a feat unmatched by most insects. They are also capable of capturing birds and eating them. It's an opportunistic behavior that depends on the size of the mantis, the availability of other prey, and the bird's vulnerability. Macrophages, a type of white blood cell, play a significant role in establishing blood vessel networks within the ovary. This contributes to proper ovarian function, including the production of progesterone, a vital hormone for embryo implantation in the uterus. Reduced macrophage numbers might be linked to impaired blood flow, potentially affecting hormone production and embryo implantation. This a new insight published in November of 2023, indicating that these cells are important in maintaining ovarian homeostasis, and they play critical roles in ovarian physiological events. The well-known butterflies in your stomach feeling is a real physiological response to nervousness or anxiety. It arises from a complex interplay of the nervous system and hormones, including adrenaline, that prepare the body for a stressful situation. On Mount Everest, water boils at 71 degrees Celsius, or 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Due to the lower atmospheric pressure at the peak of the mountain, water boils at a significantly lower temperature compared to sea level. Pregnancy can cause your brain to shrink. Studies have shown that pregnancy is associated with a decrease in gray matter volume in certain areas of the brain. These areas are involved in social cognition and processing emotions. The extent of these brain changes can vary among women. Humpback whales defy the norm when it comes to eating. Unlike most animals that need constant meals, these giants can cruise for over 6 months without a single bite. Their secret weapon? A phenomenal ability to store fat. During summer feasts in polar waters, they pack away massive amounts of krill, building up blubber that can reach a whopping 35% of their body weight. This impressive reserve fuels them through winter migrations and long fasting periods in tropical waters where food is scarce. Talk about a strategic eater. Snails have no sense of hearing. While they can't hear sound in the same way we do, snails can still perceive vibrations. They have mechanoreceptors throughout their bodies, especially on their foot, that can detect ground tremors or vibrations on surfaces they are crawling on. Some animals are protandrous hermaphrodites who start their life as males, but unlike a fixed timeline, they can transition into females at various points depending on their species, size, age, or even social cues within their group. Some sea slugs and certain shrimp species are good examples of this. The Black Sea presents a unique challenge for marine life. Due to limited oxygen below depths of around 200 meters, most oxygen-dependent creatures cannot survive there. This creates a distinct deep-sea ecosystem dominated by specialized bacteria and archaea that don't require oxygen, while the upper zone supports a wider range of marine life. The deepest part of the Atlantic Ocean is the Puerto Rico Trench, which is 8,486 meters or 27,841 feet deep. The Mariana Trench has an appropriate name. The trench is located 200 kilometers or 124 miles from the Mariana Islands in the Pacific Ocean. The islands were named after Queen Mariana of Austria, who was married to King Philip IV of Spain. Subsequently, the trench was named after the islands. The Mariana Trench is astonishingly deep. The recorded depth of the trench so far is 36,037 feet or 10,984 meters. It has been noted that where Mount Everest is situated at its deepest point, divers would still have 2 kilometers from the mountain peak to reach the water's surface. France is the country with the most time zones in the world. France has a vast network of overseas territories scattered around the globe. These territories span across different longitudes, placing them in various time zones. On average, men's skin boasts a thickness 20 to 25% greater than women's skin. Men have higher levels of testosterone, which stimulates collagen production and leads to a denser, thicker dermis. Coral reefs split into different types. There are 3 main types of reefs. There are barrier reefs, atolls, and fringing reefs. The biggest coral reef down in Australasia is the aptly named Great Barrier Reef. It's thought to make up around 10% of all coral reefs on Earth. The Great Barrier Reef is a massive employer. It's a real job provider. Believe it or not, the Great Barrier Reef helps to generate over $5.5 billion per year for the Australian economy. The carat is a unit of mass equal to 0.2 grams or 0.007 ounces, used for measuring gemstones. Unlike most creatures who weaken with age, lobsters defy the odds. They possess a remarkable ability to grow larger and potentially become more fertile throughout their lives. This secret lies in their molting process. As they shed their old shell, they emerge bigger and stronger, with room for more eggs in older, larger females. Additionally, lobsters possess a unique enzyme called telomerase that helps repair chromosome damage, potentially contributing to their delayed aging and increased reproductive potential. While most lobsters are definitively male or female, a very small percentage develop gynandromorphism. This results in an individual with both male and female reproductive organs, often on opposite sides of their body. The most red cards given in a single match is 36, during a game in Argentina. The referee reportedly issued red cards to all 22 players on the field, substitutes, and even coaches. Proprioceptors in muscles send information to the brain about the position of body parts. So these tiny proprioceptors in our muscles play a vital role in our ability to move with coordination and awareness. Butterflies have a secret weapon for finding food and raising their young, their feet. Tiny taste sensors called chemoreceptors line the legs, letting them assess a plant's suitability with a little tap-tap. This drumming helps release the plant's juices, which the butterfly can then taste to see if it's a delicious meal for them or a perfect nursery for their hungry caterpillars. Reindeer have an incredible adaptation for the harsh Arctic winters. Their eyes actually change color from golden in the summer to a bright blue in the winter. This isn't just a cool party trick. It's a crucial survival mechanism. The blue eyes allow reindeer to see better in the long periods of twilight and low light conditions that dominate the Arctic winter. It's a truly unique ability in the animal kingdom. Well, that's all the facts for now. I hope your brain is still intact. Let me know in the comments what weird fact you want to share, and don't forget to subscribe for more.